The moon hung low in the ink-black sky, casting an eerie glow on the dense thicket of trees that surrounded me. I was patrolling the deep woods, my flashlight cutting through the darkness like a feeble beacon of comfort. My name's John, a park ranger by trade, and this forest was my territory. It was a typical night, the rustle of leaves and distant hoots of owls painting a soundtrack of the wilderness until the unexpected happened. In the heart of the forest, I stumbled upon something peculiar. An ancient well, its stones weathered and moss-ridden, stood defiantly amidst the wilderness. It was an odd sight, a relic lost in time, hidden beneath the thick canopy of branches. I was intrigued yet bewildered, unable to fathom why such a structure would exist in this forsaken place. An ominous chill ran down my spine as I peered into the well's abyss. It was a silent, gaping mouth, its cold breath whispering tales of the unknown. A twisted thought crossed my mind then, a playful jest to break the silence. I wished aloud for companionship, a beautiful woman to share this desolate night with. I laughed at my own folly, the sound echoing off the stone walls of the well. It was a moment of levity, a spark of human warmth against the cold indifference of the forest. But as the words left my lips, I felt a strange shift in the air. The forest seemed to hold its breath, the nocturnal chorus falling eerily silent. It was as if the very trees were leaning in, listening intently to my whimsical wish. And then I laughed, a chuckle escaping my lips as I finished my jest. I was alone, after all, in a forest as ancient as time itself. Who would be around to hear a lonely ranger's wish? And so, with a shake of my head and a final glance at the foreboding well, I continued my patrol. The echo of my laughter still hung in the air, a ghostly reminder of my wish. I never expected it to be anything more than that. A chuckle escaped my lips as I finished my jest, never expecting it to be anything more than that. Hours later, the forest seemed to come alive with an otherworldly melody. It was hauntingly beautiful, drawing me deeper into the woods. An enchanting tune that danced on the wind, weaving its way through the tall, ancient trees. It was as if the forest itself was singing. The melody, a siren's call that I could not resist. The melody was like nothing I had ever heard. It was a symphony of sadness and joy, a song of love and loss that spoke to the deepest parts of my soul. I was captivated, entranced. The song wrapped itself around me, pulling me closer into the forest. As I ventured further, the melody grew louder, more enticing. It was a woman's voice, soft and melodic, singing a song that seemed to echo through the ages. It was as if the voice was calling to me, guiding me through the dark woods. My heart pounded in my chest as I followed the enchanting melody. The forest was alive with the sound, the trees swaying in time with the rhythm. I felt a strange sense of anticipation, as if I was being drawn towards something extraordinary. And then I saw her, a woman of indescribable beauty, her silhouette illuminated by the pale moonlight. Her eyes were as dark as the night sky, her long hair flowing like a river of shadows. Her lips, painted a deep red, moved in time with the haunting melody. She was the source of the enchanting song, her voice echoing through the forest, drawing me towards her. I was spellbound, unable to resist her allure. She beckoned me closer, her smile as captivating as the melody she sang. In her presence, the world around me seemed to fade away. The forest, the moon, the melody, it all blurred into the background. All that existed was her, the beautiful woman from my wish. I approached her, my heart pounding in my chest. Her eyes met mine, a silent invitation. And so, under the watchful eyes of the ancient trees and the pale moonlight, we spent the night together, lost in the magic of the forest. But as the first light of dawn approached, the air changed. The woman's features contorted, her beauty unraveling into a grotesque form. The enchanting melody that once echoed through the forest was replaced by a sinister silence. Her eyes, once pools of captivating darkness, now glowed with an ominous, malevolent light. The graceful figure, a vision beneath the moonlight, morphed into a monstrous silhouette, her once melodious voice now a guttural growl that echoed through the trees. The woman I had spent the night with was no longer a woman. She was an aberration, a creature born from the deepest, darkest corners of my nightmares. Her long, flowing hair had twisted into a tangled mess, and her beautiful face was now a mask of terror. Her lips, once a vibrant, inviting red, were now stretched into a grotesque grin, revealing rows of sharp, deadly teeth. The forest, once a haven of tranquility, transformed into a sinister labyrinth. The rustling leaves now whispered threats, and the hoots of the owls sounded more like the screeches of vengeful spirits. The moon, once my only source of light, had abandoned me, leaving me alone with the horrifying creature. A chilling realization surged through me, my blood turning to ice. I finally understood the true cost of my wish. The beautiful woman, the enchanting melody, the magical night, they were all part of a sinister trap, a cruel game orchestrated by the mysterious well. I had wished for companionship, and the well had granted it, but at a terrible price. My heart pounded against my ribcage, each beat echoing the terror that gripped me. I was trapped in the heart of the forest, with a monstrous creature that was once the beautiful woman I had wished for. The woman who had been my companion for the night was now my predator, her eyes glowing with a terrifying hunger. In the midst of the horror, one thought echoed louder than the rest. This was the price I had to pay for my wish. The beautiful woman, the enchanting night, the companionship, they were all illusions, crafted by the well to lure me into its trap. My heart raced as I realized the price of my wish. A nightmarish game of cat and mouse ensued. The once beautiful creature now a relentless predator. The tranquility of the forest was shattered by the heavy thud of my heart racing in my chest, resonating through the silent woods. The creature, once a vision of beauty, now a grotesque horror, was on my heels. Her sinister growls echoed through the trees, a terrifying soundtrack to this deadly chase. The forest, once my sanctuary, had turned into a terrifying labyrinth. Each rustle of the leaves sent waves of panic coursing through me. The wind seemed to whisper warnings in my ear. The once comforting hoots of owls now sounded like eerie laments. As I darted through the trees, I could feel the creature's icy breath on my neck. The fear, the adrenaline, it all felt like a surreal nightmare. My mind was a whirlwind of terror and my body ached with exhaustion. But I pushed on, fueled by the primal instinct to survive. As the chase wore on, the first hints of dawn began to touch the horizon. The forest was slowly coming alive with the chirping of birds, oblivious to the horror unfolding beneath them. The morning light began to filter through the dense canopy, casting long shadows through the forest. Suddenly I saw it. A glimmer of hope. A break in the trees where the sunlight was piercing through. The creature was hot on my heels, but I mustered the last ounce of my strength and sprinted towards the light. The sunlight seemed to burn the creature, its grotesque form writhing in agony. I broke through the clearing, the warmth of the sun enveloping me. I turned back to see the creature recoiling from the sunlight, its skin bubbling and melting away. The once enchanting woman, now a monstrous creature, was crumbling to ash before my eyes. Her chilling screams echoed through the forest, a haunting reminder of the night's horrors. With a final guttural scream, it crumbled to ash and was consumed by the morning light. I stood there, panting heavily, watching as the morning sun claimed the creature, erasing the last traces of my nightmarish encounter. The forest once again fell silent, the horror of the night swallowed by the dawn. Exhausted and trembling, I emerged from the woods, the rising sun illuminating the horrors of the night. The once enchanting forest now bore the scars of my petrifying encounter, its silence echoing the monstrous shrieks that still rang in my ears. In the harsh light of day, the fearful reality of my experience came crashing down on me like a tidal wave of dread. As my eyes traced the path of my desperate escape, they landed on the ancient well, standing untouched amidst the chaos. Its unassuming presence was a stark contrast to the terror it had unleashed upon me. The moss-covered stones seemed to smirk at me, a grim reminder of the wish I had foolishly made. A shiver crawled up my spine as I recalled the haunting beauty of the woman who had emerged from the well. Her enchanting voice, her bewitching eyes, her alluring charm, all a deceptive facade hiding a monstrous creature beneath. The memory of her transformation from a captivating beauty to a predatory beast was a grotesque tableau forever etched in my mind. The dawn of realization hit me hard. The wish I had made in jest and loneliness had turned into a horrifying reality. I had invoked a dark force that was better left undisturbed. The ancient well was not just a well, it was a cursed portal to a realm of nightmares, a Pandora's box of horrors that I had unwittingly opened. The experience had left me scarred, a haunting reminder of the dangers lurking in the shadows of our desires. I had learned my lesson the hard way. Wishes, no matter how whimsical, were not to be taken lightly. They had the power to bring our darkest fears to life, to turn our dreams into nightmares. From that day forward, I made it my mission to warn others about the well. I would tell them my story, a chilling tale of a wish gone horribly wrong. I hoped that my experience would serve as a cautionary tale, a warning about the perils of invoking the unknown. The forest, once a sanctuary, had become a realm of nightmares, and the well, a cursed portal to a darkness I never knew existed. And so, our tale of the campfire horrors comes to an end. Until next time, sleep tight. Before we part ways, dear viewers, remember to stay vigilant. The campfire horrors may have been extinguished for now, but the embers of the unknown always remain. As you lay down to sleep tonight, don't forget the lessons from our tale. Safety is but a fleeting moment in a world of unseen. So, if you've enjoyed this journey into the abyss, don't forget to ring that bell and smash that like button. Do it before the thing under your bed decides to pay you a visit. Oh, and keep those night lights on. You never know what might be lurking in the dark. Thank you for embarking on this terrifying adventure with us. Until our paths cross again in another tale of the unknown. Goodbye and sweet dreams, if you can.